Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. In this short video, I'm going to review Albedo. Again, this video is just like the other two right before this, Child and Hu Tao. It's in response to my original video about my 2.2 5-star character rerun predictions. I feel that Child, Hu Tao, and Albedo all have a chance, a solid chance of being rerunned in the upcoming banner, which is not officially announced yet, so we don't know. But I feel so, and if it's not true, regardless, this is just a review of this character. So here's the setup. Here we go. So I only have him at 80 out of 90. Now he's definitely a support character, so I don't really need to invest any more resources into him. Here are his stats. Crit rate is really low. I don't need him to crit, to be honest. He's not going to be on the field that much. He just throws down his stuff and gets off. So energy recharge, it just ended up being high because of his weapon. Shield, 15. That's because of the Geo resonance that he's paired with Zhongli in this team. And Geo damage. Weapons, I gave him obviously the event weapon that was given during 1.2 for those of you who were around this game since then, which was given during the Dragonspine storyline where we were able to get it to R5. And I got it to 90 out of 90 now, and it gives basically elemental skill damage boost and crit rate boost for the elemental skill, which is his main source of damage. Okay, other weapons that are viable, just to bring because those of you who are newer would not get this weapon, unfortunately. He would do well with, if you were unlucky and you, or I don't know if it's lucky or unlucky, if you got the Skyward Blade, because it's actually a decent weapon, got this, like, say from 50-50 or a standard banner, or like losing the 50-50 and the standard banner, you can get this, and this would be good on him too. Other ones that could be viable are, let's see here, the Sacrificial Sword, the Favonia Sword, right? The new Amanoma Kageuchi could be good on him too, right? These are all viable swords, or also, physical damage. This is okay. This is a craftable, right? Yeah, and obviously for those of you who I don't know if you guys would even use any of these other 5-star weapons on him, because you wouldn't use him as a DPS, quite honestly. So I won't even go into that. Oh, the other one I should bring up. He's actually very popular with the Harbinger of Dawn, which is a 3-star weapon at R5, because it says when HP is above 90%. Now you might be thinking that's so hard to achieve. It's not, because you, like I said, you put him out, you take him off, right? So his HP will always be above 90%, if that makes sense, right? Or likely to be. And also, because of Geo and stuff, and you would always run him with another Geo character usually, and if usually it's Zhongli too, he will be shielded, so he will always keep his HP above 90%. Keep that in mind. Okay, this aside from the current 2.1 Abyss level floor number 11, where there's corrosion, of course. Okay, artifacts. He will do well with a 4-piece Archaic Petra Geo piece, but he will also do well with a Tenacity of the Millilith, surprisingly. He will do well with a 4-piece there, because the Tenacity of the Millilith, I'll just quickly showcase one piece of that. Let me see if I can find one, just to highlight the bonus on the screen. Okay, because when an elemental skill hits an opponent, which includes his Blossom, right, then the attack of all the nearby party members is increased by 20%, and their shield strength is increased by 30% for 3 seconds, right, and etc. This effect can be triggered, blah blah blah. So that, and this artifact set, let's see, this can be triggered even if he is not on the field. See, so that's why a 4-piece set of the Tenacity of the Millilith can work in his favor, especially when you're using him as a support build, because he will then support your other characters. Keep that in mind. Okay, but I'm not doing that right now because, funnily enough, for this showcase, I will be using him to go into this dungeon. So we'll see. Maybe I'll rebuild him later, but right now that's not the focus. So right now he has a 2-piece Geo Resonance, Archaic Petra. And I just gave him this only because this is a leftover piece from a long ago. It had high defense, as you can see. So his main thing is he likes to scale off of defense. You can give him all your trash artifacts. See, the defense is 19% on this piece, so no one else is going to want this, quite honestly. Originally, this was on my Noelle, but I don't use her. So, because Noelle also scales off of defense. He has a defense main stat here. Gladiators is fine, right? Because it gives him some crit rate, some crit damage. Again, he doesn't need to crit. It doesn't matter to me. I just threw on all the other pieces there. This is the other one just to build, to give him the resonance. Again, defense 19%. See? And then he does not have a crit rate or a crit damage piece because he does not need to do that for me. But he has crit rate and crit damage stats and defense. This is one where, again, it's like it's a copium piece, let's be honest, okay? Because ideally you want crit rate and crit damage main stat pieces here for other characters. So he does well as a recycle bin, so to speak, to take these other pieces that you don't want. He is at C0 because because I did not pull for any more of him. I was cautious when he came out. He was not popular. Apparently Kokomi is the least popular character now, but he was not popular way back when, okay? So keep that in mind, because his C1 is not that more special. It just gives him more energy. He doesn't need more energy because he generates a lot on his own already, and his energy costs are low. Right? Blood Blossom here, well, this will give a little bit more, I guess, damage and all that stuff. Again, I don't really need him to do much more damage. I just need him to throw it down and get off the field, right? So that's why for this character, he's actually really cheap and easy to build. He will be your recycle bin for artifacts, and he does not need constellations. Definitely does not need constellations. So we'll see how, if and when he gets rerunned, and if he's paired up with other 4-stars to try to get people to buy on his banner. Now, I like this character individually, and I collect all the characters anyway, but for those of you who are considering if you should go for this character, he could be an easily skippable character. But keeping in mind also, in the game right now, we don't have that many Geo characters, right? We only have, like, Ningguang is definitely badass. You should definitely build your Ningguang, okay? And get her to C6. I know she's very popular, and many people don't have her at C6 yet. Noelle is actually quite popular, as well, but she's not that popular. When I say popular, as in like free to play, she's very popular. Early game, she's very popular, but late game and mid game, people put her aside and bench her. So if that's being said, because there aren't that many Geo characters, if you also include the Geo, I guess main character, then there's that too. But for that reason, you can consider keeping him because he's another Geo character alternative. Okay. Okay, so just to quickly talk about this, just to set it up, I'm using a Zhongli. I'm not going to go into too much of their details because that's not the point here. The point is to focus on Albedo, okay? So that's why I'm just going to quickly go through their stuff really quickly. I'll quickly show his pieces as well. Okay. So again, I want to make it clear, in this build, it won't be likely because I have all these 5-star characters. So the reason why I'm doing this in this case compared to the other two videos for Child and Hu Tao just now, and where those ones I specifically paired them with 4-star characters, is because, again, Albedo will not be that popular, I can be honest with you. And in addition, he is not a must pull, okay? The other two, Child and Hu Tao, I would say that those two are must pulls for those of you who don't have them already, or if you want their constellations, okay? Because they're really useful characters, those two. Again, Albedo is a more niche character, and so that's why for the purpose of this, I'm not pairing him with 4-stars for this demonstration. I'm pairing him with 5-stars because I'm actually, just to be honest with you, I want to farm this dungeon anyway, and this dungeon works out to be really suitable for these. I've been farming this dungeon lately because I want to get new set pieces for Tenacity and also for Pale Flame, specifically Pale Flame. So anyway, that's why I've been doing this. So I paired him up. So I'll just quickly do this. So you throw this down, right? And then whatever other characters you throw down, because Geo doesn't pair well with any other elements and stuff, right? But it is useful, right? See, he doesn't, like, he does his damage steadily, right? With his blossoms and his whatever and all that stuff. But for the purpose of this, like, it's really just to help buff my Zhongli as well. See, he doesn't do much damage on his own, and there's no need for him to do much damage. Your goal is to use, put him in, take him out, and do other stuff. Like, I could kill these guys way faster if I just use my Raiden Shogun, but I'm not going to. So that's the only purpose, right? So, and then, yeah, see, I mean, obviously this is, like, not the greatest demonstration, but this is a good situation where you can see him in action with Zhongli, and this is a realistic portrayal and demonstration and use of him. Because I only use him for these niche purposes, if that makes sense. I'll do another one because just for balancing it out, because the other two videos, Child and Hu Tao, please check them out. They're now posted. Those ones I did two, fights with them, so just to balance it out. There's a lot going on, I know that. Yeah, so he's not expected to do much here. His goal is really just to support the other characters, right? Now, I didn't give him the 4-piece Tenacity, but if I can get really good pieces for here, I might switch it out for him. Okay, again, this is not going to be this is a niche situation because I have all 5 stars in this setup, as you can see, right? But I will say he will pair well with anyone because technically, the fact that Geo doesn't really pair well with any element and the fact that it can create shield with any element in itself balances it out, right? He could be useful in those niche situations where you can pair him up with whatever team that you want, right? Or just to, help out your Geo character specifically. Again, he is not a must pull, but I do feel that because he is from 1.2, it's been a while, obviously, a long time actually. So therefore, he is likely also possible to be rerun in the upcoming 2.2 as a way to get rid of him, if that makes sense, okay? Because then, just to be done with him and just say, well, we rerun him already, whatever, right? So that's why in my, please check it out, but in my 2.2 rerun predictions, I do predict that it's him, Hu Tao, and Child as very likely, okay? Because I was thinking that they could just do 3 2-week reruns, because Child already got a rerun, and Albedo's not popular, and Hu Tao did really well with just 2 weeks originally. So that's basically the summary of that. But do check out my video there, and why I think that Xiao and Ganyu are not going to be rerun in 2.2. Okay, so I don't want to keep this too much longer, so I'm going to end it here. But thank you guys for viewing this video. Please do check out my other videos. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave me some comments and questions and suggestions for future videos. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.